Every gacha game enters into the era of a premium luxury unit. What this means is that a character is not meant for the average player, but instead is made for a player who can fully invest in not only that character, but all of the power-ups that surround them, whether it's their weapons, supports, and stuff like sequences or constellations. They only really shine with the right equipment and setup. There are many debates on this matter, but many suspect that Zani, the newest addition to Wuthering Waves, enters into the field of a premium luxury unit. In order to use Zani, you need her signature weapon, her best-in-slot partner, Pheobe, and you even need Phoebe's signature weapon. So in order to reach Zani's max potential, you need all of these, right? Well, there's a ton of misconceptions behind Zani's true potential, as well as what makes her such a luxury unit. But the truth is, the concept of a luxury unit has existed in almost every gacha game. The difference between Wuthering Waves and most other gacha games is that these luxury premium characters normally introduce a staggering power creep, or they are locked into their designated niche, or are truly unlocked after a certain level of investment. Meanwhile, in Wuthering Waves, these premium characters come as a simple team-building concept. My name is Void Enigma, and I'll be talking about Zani's demand for shiny things and how this will affect the future of the game. Are the new characters and designated teams a bad direction for Wuthering Waves, or are they handling this change with ease? Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let's explore this topic together. First, let me fix some misconceptions about Zani. Her team is not really a luxury team, nor is it hard for a free-to-play player to unlock the full potential of this team. Mainly because the pieces are not necessarily needed. What you're actually doing when you're wishing for Zani is just pulling the pieces to make Zani a little bit stronger. If you get Phoebe, or if you get her weapon, the same exact thing applies to any other character in the game. Just like how if I were to pull for Jinxie, I would also need to get her signature weapon and a character who could use coordinated attacks, otherwise Jinxie is just going to be suffering. Now, the concept of team building is not new to gacha gaming. It's almost a requirement at this point. If you use an ice team, ice characters would do more damage. If you use a team that deals, say, heavy attacks, then heavy attack characters would do more damage. It's simple, right? It begins to be a problem when you need one character to even clear daily content. And that's where a game like Honkai Star Rail screws this mess up. If you have a character like Casterus, whom is the undeniable best character in the game.
Not anymore.
Oh wait, what?
Yup.
Saber's the best character now?
Oh gosh.
She broke the power creep with Real
shit.
Oh, well, okay.
Yup.
If you have a character like Casterus, who is one of the best characters in the game, but you want to clear the new endgame mode for something like Pure Fiction, which is like Whimpering Waste and Wuthering Waves, when you clear wave after wave of content. If you're missing this lolly here, this itty-bitty triple lolly packed into one character, then your Casterus will be severely underpowered in this game mode, and potentially can't even clear it with full marks. Now, you can, of course, use another character that is made for this game mode, but in Wuthering Waves, I can take any variation of a team in many different ways and clear both Tower of Adversity and Whimpering Waste. The good thing about Wuthering Waves is that you don't need luxury units. Yes, Zani is the strongest with her weapon. Yes, Zani is stronger with Phoebe, but can you still clear content with Zani upon pulling her, and just her? If I equip Zani with a very free-to-play friendly weapon, the standard gauntlet, and use the free main character by the way, Spectrover, and a Verena, whom you should have gotten for free when you started the game with your free standard selector, I can still very well clear every floor in the tower with at least 30 seconds to spare for full marks. This disproves the fact that Zani needs Phoebe or her signature weapon. Now, for a player who isn't quite skilled at the game, or hasn't maxed out the characters, or is even bad with Echo RNG, then yeah, you can use the power of those premium expenses to still effectively clear content. Now, regarding the concept of power creep, yes, Zani is amongst one of the highest damage dealing characters in the game if you have her best team set up with Zani, Phoebe, and 2 signature weapons. But let's be real. There are only 2 characters in the game so far that have their undeniable best supports, Carlotta and Zani. Every other character in the game is lacking that one piece of glue that makes their team perfect. Technically, Chen Liao also has a best-in-slot team with Yinlin, but they are still very powerful characters on their own as far as the overall scope of team power. Let's be real. Carlotta and Zani are about equal, with Zani edging out Carlotta by a slight margin, but the difference for this is maybe 5 seconds on a run. their overall power is really about equal. Zani has Pheobe, Carlotta has Zheji, and that is why these are the best characters in the game as far as DPS. They have their teams completely filled out and done. Every other team is kind of lacking that premium partner, but eventually they'll be released. Still though, Wuthering Waves is endorsing its debuff meta, and this really rubs people the wrong way. You need to rely on new characters to handle and stack the debuff, which means that every new team will need a partner to function. So far with Zani, we had the perfect character for her, Spectro Rover. With the new incoming meta of Arrow Erosion, who is going to be the free-to-play option for that? Of course it's Arrow Rover, but they can't even apply the debuff. Instead, they just increase the stack to 6 instead of 3, which is great, but it still doesn't really decide who is going to be applying that debuff. So is Chakona going to be that character that is needed for Arrow Erosion? We don't really know yet, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping that Chakona will just increase the damage of Arrow Erosion and be that premium option, and I'm really hoping that they balance it in a way that free-to-play players will be able to have something. So far, they've done an excellent job, in fact, for balancing the free-to-play options with these new characters to give everyone a chance to use these characters together. An excuse like, I don't like Spectro Rover, or I don't like Pheobe, is just not overall plausible. That just means that you don't want to play Zani in those specific teams, and that's fine. Zani can still be played with many other options, you just have to accept the fact that the characters are not compatible with your playstyle. I'm really making this video because the drama surrounding Zani is getting insane. She is a powerful character, yes, but she ain't blowing the current teams out the water. She is properly balanced, and it is what you would expect when you combine 2 premium 5-star characters and 2 premium 5-star weapons onto the same team. You get a powerful setup that deals a ton of damage. Crazy concept that getting the best option for your characters increases your damage by an insane margin, am I right? Either way, with enough skill, you have everything on your account to make Zani work even without her signature weapon or her signature characters. You will have to work harder on the skill level, echo quality, and actual performance, but that's okay. In fact, it's better that way. I would understand if Zani needed Pheobe and needed her weapon to function, but as I have proven, that is just not the case. You can even use her as a parry bot and she still clears content with your main carries. So no, Zani is not a luxury premium unit that is tied to Pheobe and her signature. They help a lot, but they aren't a requirement, and Wuthering Waves still has a very healthy roster of characters with very little power creep. I hope this remains true for the foreseeable future, but for today, Wuthering Waves' meta remains intact. What do you all think about this situation though? Do you think that the community overall has really overreacted to this, or are they saying the right words? Comment down below your thoughts because I'm really curious to what you all think about this. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and thank you so much for watching. We're on our way to 10K subs, so make sure to subscribe, guys. This has been Void, and Enigma out.